What's up, KFG gang? It's your boy B-Boy John 25, but tonight I'm going to do my WWE Raw review and highlights. You guys can do hit that like button, share the video. Let's get started. This Monday Night Raw was god awful. It was just a god awful show. So anyway, WWE Champion Drew McIntyre makes his way to the ring to start the show. Highlights are then shown of McIntyre versus Randy Orton from WWE SummerSlam. Drew McIntyre gets on the microphone and he welcomes everybody to the first Raw in the Thunderdome. McIntyre talks about his win over Orton at SummerSlam. McIntyre says the secret to his success is that he is hungry and a hard worker because he's proud to be WWE Champion. McIntyre says he's known what it's like to go through hard times. McIntyre says he was better than Orton at SummerSlam. McIntyre says he knows that Orton will want another shot at his title down the line before issuing a warning to Orton. Orton attacks McIntyre as McIntyre heading up the entrance ramp. McIntyre fights back and they battle backstage. Orton rakes the eye of McIntyre before shoving him into a Raw. Orton then nails McIntyre with a pair of punches. WWE officials are shown attending Drew McIntyre after the commercial break. Nia Jax is walking backstage when Sarah Screever looks to interview her. Nia Jax says she is no longer under suspension because she apologized to Pat Buck. Shayna Baszler appears and she says everybody is waiting for Nia Jax to get suspended again. Shayna Baszler mocks Nia Jax and Nia Jax does the same to her. Nia Jax comes on the stage before the next match begins. So you mean to tell me that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler automatically get the WWE Women's Tag Team title shot, which is Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax has not even earned? Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are not a tag team. The only two teams that should get a Women's Tag Team title match is Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. That's all I gotta say from there. So we get Bayley versus Shayna Baszler. This match was quick. The match begins with Baszler working over the arm of Bayley. Bayley looks for a drop toe hold and Baszler continues damaging her arm. Baszler nails Bayley's injured shoulder with a soul food. Bayley takes a break on the arena floor before returning to the ring and landing some strikes of Baszler. Bayley takes Baszler down for a few times with headlocks. Baszler gets free and she cranks Bayley with some forearm strikes followed by a knee strike. Bayley goes for a roll-up and Baszler gets her in a triangle choke. Banks distracts Baszler and Bayley attacks her from behind. Bayley corners Baszler while attacking her with some kicks and a suplex. Bayley keeps Baszler down while landing some strikes on her. Bayley drops Baszler before landing a few elbow strikes for a near fall. Baszler fights back and Bayley sends her out of the ring. Nia Jax interferes and she attacks Baszler. The winner by disqualification is Shayna Baszler. After the match, Nia Jax gets Shayna Baszler in the ring after a brief scuffle and Nia Jax attacked Baszler with some strikes. Baszler and Nia Jax realized Bayley and Sasha Banks were manipulation them and they chased them off. Kevin Owens is shown talking to the stagehand backstage. Owens finds Aleister Black locker room and he asks if Black will appear on the KO show. Kevin Owens is in the ring for another edition of the KO show. Owens then brings out Aleister Black as his guest for the show. Owens says people have been concerned about Aleister Black's eye since Murphy injured his eye a month ago. Black demons that footage being shown of Murphy injured his eye. Owens starts talking and Black falls out of his chair grabbing his eye. Black faked the injury and he attacked Owens before laying him out with the black mask. So Aleister Black just turned heel on Monday Night Raw. He attacked Kevin Owens with the black mask. Sasha Banks and Bayley are approaching backstage by Charlie Caruso. Bayley says they avoid Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler so Banks wouldn't get hurt before her title match. The WWE 24/champion Shelton Benjamin versus Cedric Alexander versus Killer Tozawa versus R-Truth. This match was god awful match. It says the winner and your new 24/champion Akira Tozawa. that match was garbage. So, Sarah Screever interviewed Randy Orton, who says little before walking away from her. Orton makes his way to the ring and he has a microphone in hand. Orton says he has done what he wanted until Drew McIntyre defeats him at WWE SummerSlam. Orton says he will be a man of his word and he did what he said he would do to various WWE legends. Orton says he attacked McIntyre because the opportunity presented itself. Orton says he also attacked McIntyre because the rematch offer was made out of pity. Keith Lee interrupts and makes his way to the ring. Lee gets a microphone and he says Orton seems perplexed as to why he out here. Lee introduced himself to Orton. Lee says he has an opportunity to offer Orton, and that is the bask in his glory. Lee talks about everything he and Orton have been called over their careers. Keith Lee challenged Orton to a match tonight, and Orton turns him down before leaving the ring. Charlie Caruso apologizes. Approaches Selena Vega and Angel Garza and Demi. Caruso wants to know if Vega is ready to admit that she poisoned Montez Ford. Garza tries defending her and Vega storms off angrily. Garza hits on Demi in front of a disgusted Caruso. Angel Garza and Andrade versus Montez. It says Angel Garza versus Montez Ford. This match was decent. It says the winner of the match, Montez Ford. Shayna Baszler is approached by Nia Jax backstage. Jax says she realized that she and Baszler could win the women's tag team titles if they were together. Baszler says she's helped Jax win the titles if she leaves her alone. Jax pokes Baszler and Baszler slaps her. The Riot Squad bump into Bianca Belair backstage and they say they beat Selena Vega, the Iconics tonight. Selena Vega and the Iconics versus Bianca Belair and the Riot Squad. This 6 women's tag match I ain't really care about. The winners of the match, Bianca Belair and the Riot Squad. Alright. Ricochet and Cedric Alexander are having an arm wrestling contest when Mark Henry shows up. Henry has something WWE officials take the arm wrestling table to the ring. MVP arrives and his criticized Alexander for arm wrestling Ricochet. MVP accused Ricochet of abandoning Alexander last week and he says her business won't do that to him. Mark Henry is in the ring for an arm wrestling challenge between Apollo Crews and Bobby Lashley. Come out first and Crews out next. Henry says nobody is allowed to interfere in tonight's arm wrestling challenge. Lashley says he doesn't need any help beating Crews tonight, and then at WWE Payback, Apollo Crews says he beat Lashley tonight, and at WWE Payback, the arm wrestling challenge begins and Crews wins after a cheap shot on Lashley. Lashley attacks Crews afterwards, and Crews knocks him out of the ring. The Hurt Business come out, and Crews nails them with a suicide dive. This arm wrestling match is god awful, ridiculous. Highlights are showing of what went down at WWE SummerSlam between Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio. Alright, we see Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio and his mom are backstage, interviewed by Charlie Caruso. In the Mysterio family, Rey says he is proud of Dominic and Angie. Rey says Dominic gave Seth Rollins a you-know-what last night. Dominic says he was terrified last night, but his family gave him the courage to compete against Seth Rollins at WWE SummerSlam. Rey says Rollins will have a family of his own one day, and he understands what the put Mysterio family through. Rey Mysterio and that Dominic became a man last night. Rey says he has always dreamed of teaming with his son, and Rollins won't ruin the moment tonight. Rey calls Dominic the future of WWE Raw. Natalya and Lana are in the ring, and they said they are here to induct a woman into the Hall of Fame. Lana starts talking about how great Natalya is. Natalya says they are here to pay tribute to Mickie James tonight. And Lana and Natalya start marking Mickie James before saying they are retiring her. A video package airs highlighting Mickie James' career and nothing showed. Mickie James hits the ring to attack Natalya and Lana. This segment between Natalya and Lana was got awful. Alright. The Hurt Business opposed Shane McMahon, and Bobby Lashley says he wants to fight on Raw Underground. Alright, Bobby Lashley is shown destroying some unknown person on Raw Underground. Dolph Ziggler challenged Lashley next week. Lashley challenged Lashley next, and Lashley knocks Ziggler out of the ring into a wall to end that fight. Lashley destroys a third opponent after that. Alright. Randy Orton versus Keith Lee. This match was pretty good. It says the winner of the match by disqualification, Randy Orton. Alright, after the match, Randy Orton runs backstage to avoid more damage from Drew McIntyre. Highlights are shown of Roman Reigns' WWE return at WWE SummerSlam. Charlie Caruso interferes Drew McIntyre, who says it don't feel good getting kicked in the skull twice tonight. Randy Orton attacks McIntyre from behind before landing another punch. Charlie Caruso is outside the trainer's room, and she says that Drew McIntyre may have suffered a skull fracture and it could be career threatening. Raw Women's Champion Lumberjack match. Asuka versus Sasha Banks. This match was decent. Decent lumberjack match. It says the winner of the match is still your Raw Women's Champion, Asuka. Alright. Drew McIntyre is shown being taken out of the arena. Ambulance. Charlie Caruso arrives to say McIntyre will undergo more testing. Keith Lee appears and he talks about watching his friend get loaded in an ambulance. Lee believes McIntyre will be okay in the end, and Randy Orton won't be in the end. Alright, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio are shown backstage. Raw Underground is back, and Bobby Lashley destroys Cedric Alexander until the Hurt Business and Shane McMahon hit the ring, and all brawl breaks out between various WWE superstars, and the Hurt Business leaves victorious. Rey Mysterio and Dominic versus Seth Rollins and Murphy. Decent tag team match. It says the winner of the match, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, won by disqualification. After the match, Retribution continues attacking the Mysterios. Two members of three groups launch Rey headfirst into the ring post, and Raw went up there. Ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw was garbage. It was just a god awful show. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my WWE Raw review and highlights, please hit that like button, share the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Beautiful John 25, and I'm out of here.